This is a pretty impromptu recap. I'm just chilling in bed right now. It is like 11:50 p.m. for me personally, but yeah, I'm just gonna bang out this recap here. Um, I thought before I go to bed, because yeah, the markets are done trading for today. I guess dollars still. No, it's not. Yeah, we're done for the day. Um, so yeah, what did we have this week? We had a pretty crazy day today. Other than that, it was a pretty normal week. But yeah, let's dig into it. So we still have had no news. Um, well, we had a little bit of news, but like most news is still not releasing because of the government shutdown. So that situation is still as it was. Um, but yeah, we had a nice bullish week on dollar as we were. I don't want to say expecting, right? Because I did say I could see it going both ways, but I did say also that I was leaning bullish, right? Anyway, um, yeah, as I had mentioned going into the week, we were caught between uh, these two daily gaps still here. But yeah, Monday we gapped open like a big gap open, right? Like from down here to up here. Bang, we gap open and we right away displace higher. So from that point on, honestly, the doubt in my mind of if we're actually gonna be bullish on dollar, yeah, that evaporated. I can't lie, that was gone pretty quick, right? Like if we look at how we traded to open the week into the first like by the time I woke up here, London time, like we displaced or we gapped up and then we came back down to that internal and then just continued off. So from that point on, I was like, all right, I think we're going higher. And higher we did go, right? We got a nice continuation Tuesday and Wednesday, clearing out all these kind of like equal highs here, with this kind of being like, I'd say the first of those equal highs in a way, or like the last, I guess, to me. And then the next target for me would be all the way up here. But yeah, Thursday we got another like massive day, literally massive. And we ended up running all the way to the high of this uh, daily gap here. And then today, yeah, we kind of flipped a super bearish retracement candle, which overall, makes sense. Very bullish week. And then last candle is retracement. But most of what we had in terms of retracement today, as you can kind of see, dropping to the hourly chart, we can see here at 11 a.m. New York, a big down close candle and then a continuation lower even after that. And before was more of like consolidation. Right here is where Trump decided that he was gonna like cancel a meeting with the Chinese president, I'm pretty sure, and then also say that he's looking to increase tariffs on China. So the dollar index did not like that and just dipped a bit um, right off that. So that's kind of what happened on dollar. Yeah, we didn't quite like retrace a previous day low. We retraced to this volume imbalance here between Thursday and Wednesday's bodies. ICT, I'm pretty sure, would say that this is a sus block right here. Low key, right? I think I saw like new PD array dropping. Yeah, anyway. So we had a nice little retracement there on Friday. And then if we look at euro and pound, starting with euro, we can see there also on Monday that initial candle away from that daily bearish gap, and then continuation all the way to Thursday, where we then hit like the intermediate drawn liquidity for me. And then today we had that retrace come in. Yeah, and then same with pound, right? Now note that we have not actually been leaving any imbalances on pound, right? Like here, we displace, but we come right back up today and immediately rebalance a potential. Well, actually, let me not cap. There's a daily gap on pound. very small, but it's there, I guess. So that's actually not true. We do have a tiny daily gap on pound. But yeah, same kind of approach to pound price action as euro and dollar had. Even though Monday was a bit more bullish, right? It wasn't like it was initially bearish, but then we actually flipped Monday to being a bullish daily candle. But then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday fell in line with what dollar and euro were up to and sold off into this previous week low, I'd imagine. No, actually, that's from 2 weeks ago. So, yeah, into this sell side here. And then today, with that news, got quite a retrace. Now, who also had quite a retrace is the indices today. As you can see, they were, I'd say, slightly more affected by that news today. Right, going into the week on indices, we had the down close candle last Friday into this daily gap, and we were looking for a continuation higher from there, which we did end up getting. Now, unfortunately, if we do go in here into the hourly chart, obviously no setup whatsoever within this. So we did not get a swing trade in line with what we wanted to get there, right? But that's just how it goes. And then Tuesday, bearish candle again, right? Digging into Friday's bearish candle here, but respecting mean threshold of Friday's order block here on a closing basis. And then Wednesday we rally higher, and then Thursday we dip down into the propulsion block that we left here. I'll just make it orange so it can be seen right from that Tuesday sell-off. So we have fair value gap here, Friday drops into it, and then we close above Friday. Friday's the order block. And then on the next candle we dig into the order block, and then candle after that we close above the down close candle that digs into the order block, making this a propulsion block. And then we wake the propulsion block once it's confirmed by the close above, and initially get sent higher. And I feel like this was looking like very promising to make a new all-time high, right? Like initially yesterday we had waked that propulsion block, that daily propulsion block, which is still the orange line transcribed, and we had rallied away, and then we had a retrace into premium into this hourly gap here late in London today, and then we rallied away into New York, right, 9 a.m. continuation higher, looking like this high is about to be on the menu. And yeah, then that Trump stuff happened, and bro, this is like low-key a historic ass day, I think. I don't know if I've ever seen NQ drop this much. Like, think about this. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., we dropped 1,200 handles, bro. That's nuts. Anyway, that is actually crazy. Yeah, and with that, where did we draw to? We drew to this weekly gap here. Now, if we are gonna be like, I guess like, yeah, this is like I guess like the minimum I would have expected for like a solid retrace to reach into, right? This weekly gap, it's in a discount of this last price leg on the weekly chart. This would have been like the minimum. But the way we reached into it with these huge down close candles, who knows if this is actually going to be also the maximum of what we do. But yeah, especially looking at ES, right, we have inversed that same weekly gap pretty, oh, not what I meant to do. Okay, can you go away? Okay, great. Oh my god, I'm fumbling. Okay, grab that. There we go. Yeah, anyway, so ES, we actually ended up closing below that weekly gap. So yeah, super bearish reaction today to that news on both ES and NQ, YM as well, but you know, that's obviously no surprise if the others do it. Bonds higher, right? And then gold, I guess, because if we look at silver here, you can just instantly see a whole week of consolidation. So I'm just gonna pop on over to gold, ignoring silver for now. On gold, once again, literally this has been like the past 5 weeks. Monday we open and we rip. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, we get continuations. And then Thursday, we actually finally got a retracement that I had been, waiting for from the time where we got the first daily gap confirmed here. We wicked down into it. And then today, we trade kind of away from there so far, at least. Well, not so far because today's over. So today we did trade away, but not quite to where I would want to see us trade to. But yeah, anyway, looking at this, we trade down into that daily fair value gap here, right? And then here's silver trading into that same low that I have marked out here. Actually, no, yeah, I gotta change this to this low now. That was a like in between markup. Tuesday's low. Anyway, can I update? Thank you. Yeah, and then this morning, woke up, saw that silver made this lower low on the hourly, gold made the higher low, right? Daily consecutive candle SMT, with this down close candle still being an order block as it started to run here down into this short-term low. So we have our order block here, we have our SMT, we had our key level in the daily gap. And then we had our displacement later in London, consolidated going into New York, then got a fill 10 a.m. And then when that news broke at 11, we had a fat rally towards TP. Ended up fading the rally all the way back down into this order block here, right? And the fair value gap that we had from that London displacement that's overlapping the order block kind of consolidated around that order block and then ended up with a nice rally later in the day, pushing back towards the 2R mark for the target of this trade, right? So overall, yeah, pretty nice price action on gold, kind of what I was expecting going into the week. And then I guess majors were also sort of what I was expecting, and then indices were what I was expecting until obviously today's candle. That wasn't necessarily expected, but I mean, no one's gonna expect a fucking 1,200 point drop in a day. So, with that, we have a super bearish week here in total, down 5%. This is like almost a prime fucking tariff week. Oh, that was 9% in a week, actually. So that was double that, but still. Crazy week, man. Yeah, I guess that's a recap.